Joe Coshan is in Tunbridge Wells, where work is underway to try to get the pipes flowing. Joe, bring us up to speed on the probe by the watchdog.
Well, Nina, that probe will be looking into whether South East Water appropriately supported affected customers during supply interruptions, both during the 2 weeks we saw last month and the 9 days and counting of intermittent supply here now. But the dozens of people I've spoken to over the last few weeks say they absolutely haven't, and they're worried that this investigation by Ofwat is a little bit toothless, that it's all bark and no bite. They're worried that any outcome that could be a financial penalty will just be passed on to them as customers in their water bills, when all they want is to see consistent water supply and their taps running again. Nicola's mother Eileen is 105 years old and bedbound. Even on South East Water's priority register, she says it hasn't made a difference.
The nurses haven't got anything to wash their hands in. They have to boil a kettle or something. I don't know what quite they're doing.
This is the coal tap. No water. Try the bath. No water.
Nicola thinks only now she's reached out to us and a local MP, they're taking her seriously.
The man said to me, he said, I'm going to tell the water, my superiors, you've got a film crew, that should help you. And I thought, why should that help me?
Meanwhile, multiple crews from South East Water arrive outside to fix the issue.
I'm very, very sorry for my constituents about this absolutely abominable situation. The indignity of it, the sanitation challenges, I can't imagine.
I'm delighted that you are there supporting her. What we need is South East Water getting their act together. And it shouldn't be taking the press to get involved to finally get this lady back to what she's paying for. She's a customer.
When the attack started and you realise, you're vulnerable. And my only source of I knew that I'd get help was shouting for police.
A serving officer in the army for 26 years, Lt Col Mark Teeton has done 4 tours of Iraq and Afghanistan. But it was just yards from his home in Medway where he came closest to death.
If someone's calling for police, I couldn't ignore that.
A neighbour's doorbell camera heard Eileen confronting the attacker. It was only as she got closer, she says, she realised that soldier was her husband.
What was in front of me was more than I could handle, but there were people there and I don't even know who they are, and they just got involved in terms of trying to save Mark's life. So to those people, we are just beyond grateful. Like, we know full well you helped in saving Mark's life.
It was an attack that was meant to divide, but Peacehaven is showing tonight that it is more together than ever. Hundreds of people are gathering outside the mosque in solidarity, many of them leaving cards and bouquets of flowers to show their support to all of those affected by last weekend's attack. Something rather poignant, in fact, is all of these flowers and cards are exactly where the fire started, covering up what was a painful reminder with something more colourful and compassionate. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the incident at the weekend, but there were 2 people trapped inside. How many active investigations are there against Essex police employees right now?
We've got lots of investigations going on. I don't know off the top of my head here.
Really?
The number. I really don't know.
The Chief Constable of Essex Police doesn't know how many officers and staff are under investigation right now.
Yeah, exact number, about 130 different conduct or misconduct investigations underway.
Joe, what is the latest?
Well, Samina, being under investigation has a different meaning in Italy than it does in the UK. James Cutfield has not been arrested. Being under investigation does not imply guilt, nor does it mean formal charges will necessarily follow. But as the skipper of the Bayesian vessel, he bears full responsibility for the ship and those on board under maritime law. In Italian law, this is just a necessary step to allow the post-mortems to be carried out on the 7 people who sadly lost their lives. British tech billionaire Mike Lynch, his daughter Hannah, 4 of their friends and the chef Ronaldo Thomas. But if someone stole something from my wallet or even my bank, I'd probably notice. But with crypto, you can't physically see or touch your money or your coins. They're stored in an online wallet. Every wallet has its own unique ID made up of a complicated chain of numbers and letters. Change just a single letter and suddenly the account you thought you were sending your Bitcoin to is now in the account of a fraudster. And because it's not like a named bank account, they can disappear without a trace in seconds, which is why more people like Mark are being digitally robbed.
Free access for a year is fantastic. It's a really good step. But what happens next year?
Well, hopefully, you know, this gets bigger and bigger and I'll carry it on. I think my aim's not to say it once, everyone think next year, oh, where's Levi Colwill now, why is he not helping? My aim is to actually make a difference, and I think, you know, my word means a lot to me, and I will stick by that and try and influence and help as many schools and children as possible.
The RoboKeeper has 2 cameras that follow every move of the ball to determine where it'll end up, so he can spring into action, accelerating faster than an F1 car to save it. Many of the world's greatest footballers, including Messi and Neymar, have tried and failed to beat him on their first try.
And we've got someone who knows how to take a penalty, scored 28 in the Premier League, Mark Noble. What's the key here? How do we beat him?
I think, to be honest, I think it's only top corner.
Okay, do you think you can do it?
I can't kick it hard enough anymore to beat him, I don't think. So, yeah, I think I can do it, yeah.
All right, let's see how we get on.
All right. Now?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. It's not bad.
That's your turn.
Okay, yeah, you can hold the mic, commentate for that. I'm actually speechless, I've just done that.